So here we are. Oh, I need to. Damn it. I'll load up my chat application later, but I should be able to see you guys chatting over on the side. So what's new? Quite a few things. Mostly the skeletons and this AI thing I know you guys want to see. That dude over there. Ta-da. Hi, 3. 3's the name of that character, just for reference. Get a nice view here. So yeah, it's a real character with real stuff. I could just drop that candle if I wanted to. I could pick it up. Swap hands. It's an NPC. It's following the Dark Souls mythos. Hey, Heavenly Kai, what's up? Following the mythos. Not mythos. It's like a rule or a general idea that anything you can do to a player character, you can do to a non-player character, is something I heard in one of those Dark Souls videos of people analyzing the shit out of why is it such a good game. And so I kind of took that seriously when I was doing stuff. So check this out. As the retired adventurer NPC Arturion with his own quest, I can get a sword, flamberge, flame-bladed sword, and let's possess Derek, that dude, this dude. I have a quest on me. The quest comes with me. I can also talk to. This is probably going to give me something like other background, yeah, other origin who has finished their first level. Okay, because apparently I've leveled up as this dude. Yeah. 25 out of 158 XP until next level. Whoa there, buddy. I haven't attended the stream in a year. Wow. Quite a lot has changed. So let me go back to currently, change character. There we go. Yeah. Back to my character here. I'll show you something else that's new. See these dudes in the distance over here? I wonder if any of them have a torch. Nah. I made it so they can sometimes spawn with a torch. All their weapons are random. They're just like characters too. They're skeletons made with the same system. But you gotta see them in action when there's like group combat. And ignore the title for now. I just haven't fixed up their things. But yeah, let's just stand here for a second and watch this. So I'm just standing still, right? And I'm using a really slow weapon. Trying to use fast attacks here. Yes, a lot. I remember when you only had the thing joinable. I only had the thing joinable. Like, I just started getting it joinable. I don't know what you mean by that exactly. I guess that's what you mean. When I had just been able to like join a game, that's all you could do. Like step 1. So I gave these skeletons like 10 hit points for now and pretty weak stats. Oops, he's dead. I have to fix something where they're falling through the landscape. But it seems like their ragdoll works pretty well. Also, the effects are blood and stuff, just like other races. I'll have to do like a pass the event through. That one went through the earth too. But here, let's see, my XP. 125 out of 158. Yeah, I should get a level up off this guy. Watch this effect. Thanks, Dean Ashford, for the following. You like the music too? I hope you guys heard that. Alright, so I got to show off all my good stuff here. So I killed some things. There's going to be more that spawn in a minute or two. Made some other spawn areas for stuff, like if I wander around here. Kind of arbitrarily just threw them around the landscape here, like over by the water over here there's like a crocodile. So what I want to do tonight is build a little graveyard monastery area, abandoned monastery type deal for those skeletons to hang out in. So we're not just like, since you haven't been here in a year, Let me show you this too. The water, it's all flat here in the lake and it gets wavy out in the ocean. And there's a little bit of effect around me. I need to fix the up and down motion. I was thinking there's got to be a way to flatten that out. If I could just measure the alpha of the vertex paint somewhere in that buoyancy component, would be good. I've also done a lot of work with the sort of the way distances look lately. Like, check this out. Like, it's nighttime now, so you can sort of see, right, like in the area around you a little bit. I've added like climbing, which you might have not seen. But anyway, I show that off every time. I did adjust it since the last time, so let me show the climbing again. It's a little bit different. This isn't really steep enough. Here we go. So you only need to have 1 foot on the slope in order to on the slope in order to go up. Yeah, this isn't steep enough to demonstrate. Check out these views. Oh, this was an excellent place. Hello, Fafato 2. Here, is this climbable? Kind of good? Yeah, this is a good climbable area. So, it's a lot smoother now. It doesn't like, I just need to make like a 2D blend space out of that climbing animation. Give it like a left and right interpretation. Same with the sliding. Sliding is only 1 animation. So I just replace those, it'll be good. But now it doesn't like get all janky, like hopping back and forth like if I got stuck in a corner before. This is much smoother. So, yeah, the AI combat stuff. Well, let me show you animals fighting each other too. So this dude, like I say, has a schedule. See, he's carrying around the sword now that I've given him a sword. Check this out, Fafato. NPC access menu. Possess Arturion. Hello. Alright. Back to my dude. Over here. So that's only accessible for the server. So that's like your dungeon master tool. So I'm going to put like a bunch of NPCs in the world. I mean, hopefully the game can handle it. No promises. Right now we're doing okay. We're doing pretty good with stuff, navigation and all that stuff. I've got like, this thing will spawn like probably 100. There's a limit to them, but it's like 5 of each, and there's like, it might be 50 animals that get spawned here eventually. Let me throw on the debug tool so you can see. Sort of, here we go. So some of these will play their attack animations now, like the wolf and the bear. So, come on, do it, do the thing. They're using that new wander technique too. I haven't really watched them use it yet to see how they behave with it. But it seems to be as good as you can get. The wolf is attacking the chicken, and the bear is attacking the wolf. Alright, the wolf killed the chicken. Did you see that? I think I saw him do a little bite animation. But the bear hasn't hit him yet, apparently. Yeah, the bear has yet to hit him. There you go. Swipe, swipe. That was the attack animation. Whoa, he's going crazy. Here's our poor little corpse of the chicken. Originating from the jungle fowl, red chickens are held in great reverence by some cultures. It is believed that evil flees at their morning cry, and even the fiercest beasts refuse to combat them, except for this wolf, apparently. I might have to rewrite that. So, yeah, so I want to actually, this is kind of fun, to be honest. I've just been working all day to try and fix some of this stuff, and it's nice to see. Let's go fight some skeletons again. I'll level up. Let's see. I do need to fix or put some writing in here to explain what the hell is going on with the camera controls here. That has confused me. I am at level 2, and 180 to 339. So I'm using the RuneScape model for XP level. I found this great article that I've posted in the Discord. If any one of you guys could type !Discord for me in chat, that would be cool. I would really appreciate it, because I don't have the program open right now, and I don't want to log in because it would be a pain in the ass. But I think it's better to just talk with you guys anyway. So if one of you guys could do that, that'd be cool. because I've posted a link to an article way back in one of these channels. I'm just looking at the landscape. This grass has a really weird glow to it in the shadows. It's doing a weird ambient occlusion thing that I just can't figure out. I do believe I have fixed. I'm gonna risk it right here by going to the Alcazar. I'm not risking a crash or anything, but just graphics wise, yeah, there it is. So this fix might not even work. This is refresh ambient lighting. No, didn't do it. So that's actually entering AO global distance field particle updates 0, and then delay frame 1, and then AO global distance particle updates 1. So that was supposed to be the fix for this, but it seemed to work when you're loading the game in, and then, but later on when it happens, I don't know what to do about that, but otherwise we're pretty good with landscape, lighting, shading. Let's go to the other snow area, for example. Like, good to go. I think it's got to be the mesh distance field of that that palace thing. Alright, so I've added some stuff to this dude for the test, which is going to be tomorrow too. I probably have to do a few things to clean up, you know, change some minor details here and there. So mid-afternoon Eastern time tomorrow. But yeah, we've got all the stuff here, which is why I've got full, let me see. I'm wearing boots. I haven't finished making all of the equipment types. I want more than just one shirt type. This was just to put in a full shirt to see the most you could do, and then I just have to delete parts to make different cuts. You know, but this is the full thing. I can make like short sleeve, I can make different collars types. I could do, you know what I mean? But this is like your template for that size, for that slot. That's like the full shirt. Yeah, you can take that out. You can have different things in there. And so let me show you some of that with dye, now that you can just get it from here. And the instructions for how to use the dye here. So you hold a dye in each hand and use one of them. You can mix them. So let's make a dark, so I got black there, and let's make a dark green. Okay, so I've got black and green. I'm going to use one, and they're going to both turn into dark green. It says bright bottle of dye, right, but that'll change eventually. Let me try this again. Get a dye. I've dropped one of them, so I'm still holding a green dye. Let's get another black dye. Let's combine these. Now it still says bright. Whatever. It should have been like, I think there's some other way of changing the color. Maybe the green itself is just super bright, so if I keep mixing it eventually, maybe just try one more time. They're both bright still. Whatever. The color did change, as you can see. The text there is just something that measures colors by number to try and see if it's like average high or low, and it's probably just averaging high because green has a lot in it as far as color goes. Yeah, math and stuff. Alright, so here's the shirt. I'm going to use the dye. I've shown you this stuff before if you've been paying attention for a long time, but this is now easily, readily available from our dude here for testing. Hey. We've got like the bags. Bags. What do I do with all these bags? Put them in other bags. That's what I'll do. So, you know, you can get your backpack and hip pouch if you don't spawn with one, just for testing. I added a little bit more description here to tell you how to use things. So let's get the wooden cart going so I can show you. I think I've shown it off recently, but still. Let's do what I really want to do, which is throw like a random freaking graveyard out here. I guess that's the thing though, do I want there to be like a random freaking graveyard like right over here? It's kind of like a spooky, cool place to have one. Let me just go get a weapon. I've made it so you have to stand still when you're accessing your inventory because reasons. Let's get a two-handed pole arm. Do the lockcover. Let's see how this goes. So there's a lot of balancing to be done as far as, see, I've got my name in here because I'm a lizard, can name it by moon that you were born under, which is actually finally measuring that in game for good use. Wherever it is, it's currently probably more closer to a new moon, somewhere close to the sun. Anyway, rambling. Here's the skeleton somewhere around here on these hills. Is basically this way to the towards, like if you were to go perpendicular to the house, there on one of these hills, if you wander around, they'll spawn. So consider this a guide for tomorrow's test. There's probably going to be a different place for these. You know what, I wonder if maybe when I killed them, or when they went into combat, that probably didn't count as taking them out of the spawn area, because they're falling down out of the world and stuff. But it should be checking if they're like valid, etc. And if there's like a Z-axis kill thing. I wonder if I'm just in the wrong area. No, this is basically it. It should show up anytime around here. Yeah, I think since I killed all of them, it actually reached the limit of spawnable dudes. And didn't clean them up properly, so that's something to work about. I'm not going to work on any of that now, but... Alright, and... So I'll show you the asset pack that I want to use. A lot of this one, and did I change the name of it? Yeah, graveyard. Alright, so let's check out the showcase of each of them real quick. Remind ourselves what we're dealing with here. By the way, my Ethernet cable got all messed up, so I'm on wireless now. It might not work perfectly. That text size there. There we go. Okay. Alright, so there's the... So we got some grass assets here that I could always use. Gotta remember that. A lot of them. There's a lot of stuff that I can use for specific areas to fluff them up. I have a lot of extra foliage from a lot of these packs that I haven't used yet. This is a nice landscape too. It's kind of small. There's a nice quality to it. Some trees. I don't know about... They're alright. But yeah, I got these graveyard things. Mostly. So we don't have a lot of stuff here. Pebbles. We got some tombstones. We got this guy, which is separate from that guy. So we got two things there. We got this dude is just on the ground. Alright. And then we have the old monastery, lost monastery ruins. So this is a pretty good one. A lot of cool stuff here. You got your Led Zeppelin album cover, the Giant's Causeway. You'll recognize it when you see it in a second. So I'm going to have to put it somewhere, obviously. Let me show that real quick. This kind of stuff. Alright, that's pretty cool, huh? It's actually made out of just a bunch of these littler ones. And then they've gone and stacked them up a bunch. Crazy what you can do, right? If you just use your big picture imagination and all the actors that it can support in Unreal Engine. Or just meshes, I guess. So yeah, this is what they've done with it. I've done some adjustments, I believe, but you've got sort of. It's got a nice vibe. This reminds me of, I played this one mud 4 dimensions once for a whole summer, and there was like a monastery, like mystery. So I was wandering around there a lot with the cloister, with the 4 directions like mapped out in my head. That's pretty good. Here you got like a little ramping thing here. What's this? Just a random mesh. Wood beams. It's a bunch of them glued together. Damn. Oh, look at all these little parts. But then you got these giant pieces. You got tiny pieces, then you got giant pieces. Like this whole thing is a piece. But then that part is another piece. Again, 2 separate things. You can do different combinations and stuff. All of it has all of its insides and various angles done, which is very nice. I'll probably want to change the colors if I'm going to be using it, you know, maybe more than once. Or maybe there's a, I wonder if there's an easy color swap in here. RGB, texture tiling, tint, can tint the albedo. Let's like just change one value here. Right, green was all the way up. Ooh, there you go. Interesting. So it's easy to know where it was, and I can put it back in a second. Top. Top. What part did I just change? That part. Yeah. So you can change the color of that pretty easily. Let's see this crazy master blend. Base color. X. I don't know what's going on there. Snow blend. Base material attributes. MMS. No, that doesn't help me. Let's close. Alright, this is the one. General. So I guess it's feeding it this as a albedo, and then you got your albedo tint again. But here's the, oh. You got moss and, or you probably have some vertex painting that you can do on here. Looks like it's set up for that. Let's see this. So I got the green as 1 again. So just to see that we can, it's a see that we can, which I just made it magenta just to see what it looks like. Which one that was? That was these borders here. We got our crimson, glowing, hot pink. So obviously that's an extreme color change that we don't want, but it's easy to save and go back. So I can see. Yeah, so we could do some easy color palette swapping. I just want to see that last one too. So we got albedo tint A and B, but only B is here. That's not as easy. I could copy that, whatever. Oh, I'm not really seeing. No. Check albedo A, and then, yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's do something more interesting. Yellow bricks, just for the time being. Oh shit. That's actually... Oh, I changed... And yeah, obviously, because I'm just affecting the same one. But it's cool that it does affect all of them. But what I was going to do is just duplicate to make variations of the original. I don't know if maybe I should not use the original just to not look exactly like everything else that might use this, right? Maybe I should modify the original just to give it my own spin. Just to fit it in there. 'Cause I'm not sure about the reddish look, to be honest. For graveyard, you know, I don't kind of want... Let's make duplicates of these. I'll just call them 1. Those are our backups. A1. And then let's change this so that everything... So this is for the pillars, basically. So I'm kind of free to just do whatever I want here. I could just switch it back. I'd have to switch all of them back. Well, I could just... What you can always do is delete something and then just replace references, so have at it. So for pillars in like a undead graveyard, sort of a dark greenish purple. Is that what we're dealing with here? It seems a little bit more... Perhaps. Let's check that. It's like an obsidian type deal. And then this one. That's right, because the bricks are separate from that wall there. So the bricks could have like a nice reddish. Really red. Is that too red? Or was that the... Oh, that's the wall part. Anyway. I don't want that to be super red. It's not the wall part, it's the pillar part. Maybe like a whitish contrast. Not yellow. Yeah, maybe like yellowish would be a nice... I'm probably not even going to show. That's the original. Yeah, I don't like that. It's too... still too red. Oh, just like a pale. If I can get that. It's pretty pale. It's probably the rest of it that's giving it that. I wonder which color this is. Probably... I don't think it's from here. It's like darkish purplish. If it's too much, I want it to be subtle there. Oh, interesting. No, that's weird. Just centered closer to 0. Is there another? There's A and there's B. There it is. Can't see it here. I guess what I'm really trying to do is just take away some of that overly reddish. It could, honestly, it could just be some coloration from... Yeah, there's a little bit of reddish here. There we go. That's white light. Just so we can see what it actually looks like. That's not bad. Gives a little bit of its own flavor. Not too much of that red brick kind of more faded. I wonder if... Yeah, those are using different materials there. Oops, I'll make a duplicate first. So you can copy colors like this. Just throw it in there. And didn't really... Did I just like save over one of the other? No, I didn't have it open. I copied the color. It just, it's a different thing. But if it has the same albedo, then look at their awful Tmrw bad reflection going on here. I don't know what's up with that. It's not ray traced. I don't know. I would like it to have that same purple vibe. Oh, there we go. Alright. It's pretty good. That all kind of matches. It's only slightly, ever so slightly different. What about these guys? Could change this color here. Sheen A. Oh, you know what color I'm going. But maybe let's kind of blend with it better that way. It's weird, the sheen. Look at it, it's like on top. And just really subtly like that. That's a nice color. Hey, what? Did I change the other one? I did. Man, alright. If I paste this somewhere else, I could do it. Let's see that real quick. See this in action. There you go. Put this one away. And it's only the sheen. I sort of see it there. It's not on this one probably. That's A, I bet. What is going on? Yeah, that's A. Okay, I've got the sheen. No. So let's try putting it as the albedo. Oh, nice and dark. There's still another color glowing in there that's different. that's better. This one doesn't look like it as much. Thank you, thank you. I didn't make any of these. I'm just changing the colors. Just changing colors, it's fun. Oh, I want to make it look different than what you get from the asset store. So it's not exactly the same as everybody's if they use the same one. This is the purple or the purple one. Purple version. It's pretty good though. Might as well save that desaturation. I've taken some other stuff out of this map. I think I've taken the fog out and done some other things just to make it more visible. There's some weird stuff that the designer did here. So if I wanted to like copy some of these piecemeal, probably get like, you know, different towers and stuff, but I want to make them like look a little bit more unique. You can take ideas from like the archways and the towers and stuff. So let's throw some of them around here. I'm gonna grab a beverage real quick. I'll be right back. I didn't have my microphone on. Yeah, let's look at this real quick for a little extra inspiration, if you will. Really low quality video, but that's what you get. 240p. Yeah, this is my game. Yeah. Be right back a second. That'd be so cool if I could get them to like all move as one like that when they're not in combat. Make a special elite commando unit of them. I didn't even fight. Oh, here we go. That's the shot right there. I gotta have the upper height. See, even in this '80s movie, they had the height advantage. Star Wars knows it. I have it in my combat. I should probably demonstrate that. Let's see. Foliages. I guess those are rocks. Pile of dirts. Pile of plants. Scattered rocks. Seaplane. Skysphere. Tower. Bridge. Buttresses. Columns. What's the first thing to put down? Tower first. That's the first thing we put down. Look how it already casts a shadow. Could be like a walled off floor side. You see where it intersects with the ground over there so we don't get it sticking out above. You can see by the color of the line. So now we're blue. There we go. First A, B. Well, here we have ground. That's probably what they really meant. What? Tower, ground, floor. Let's start with some floor instead. Wow, that's a lot of asset references. That looks so good. Like, so good. It blends right in with the sand there nicely. What else I got for ground? That's it. Ground A, ground B. Perhaps like that. I can just make some random shit, like who cares? That's how it's supposed to be, of course. It's ruins of a graveyard of some sort, right? And let's have like one of those pedestal things from the graveyard in there. That's kind of big. These fit together, like in style. Oops. Wrong triangle. Obviously that part doesn't make any sense there with it. The answer is no, of course. None of this makes any sense. But I like the way these look, half buried in the sand. Oop. Okay, I almost deleted everything. Let's see. What this guy? Entrance bottom. This is the entrance. That's where we start. It's really freaking big. Well, I guess churches were big. Okay, and why was the town's church by the ocean? It has a beautiful view, that's why. By the bay. And it could look out at travelers coming in was the first thing they'd see. Why, of course. Got a nice symbol up here. I have the entrance probably be facing that ocean then, or the bay. And we would be coming at it from the back here for the graveyard. That makes sense. I also have this thing. I feel like it's too obvious. Maybe it's better as like part of a wall. If I put it on top, it's kind of like so probably gonna keep this loosely lined up here so that we have like a yard area. So we gotta have like a cloister, different towers. Are there blueprints for towers? Yeah, here we go. Let's just do that. Let's see. Maybe I can switch parts of it out or something. The old abandoned monastery. Let's have them match by the front and the back. You press F, you can snap to the object. Wow, it's really chugging along there. Kind of like that. Does it intersect in here? Let's... Okay. This one makes a lot more sense. Oh. That is why. That's better. So much better. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in here at all. At least it looks pretty cool. Get into this area. Oh, just copy these bad boys. Alt click. Yeah. You gonna do it? It's like frozen. Just duplicating two actors. There it is. This is a lot of meshes in each of them. Okay, come on, it's not that much. One at a time then. was hoping to keep them parallel or whatever. Let's see. It's gotta move anyway. I shouldn't have done all this out of rotation to begin with. It makes it exceedingly difficult. So I'll line up those corners the same way. This is a ruin. I'm not too concerned with it being perfect, but that's the idea there, the corner. It's pretty cool. Alright, and then this one. Besides, purple is royalty, so for them to be all like, haha, we are so, because it was a rare material, you know, for them to make a really fantastic monastery all purple would be, whoa, so rare. Yeah, kind of silly, but rich people, yeah. And so, after time, when it's all eroded and stuff and taken over by zombies and skeletons, that's why it's a spooky purple. So, I don't know what, I guess I could just copy them and just put freaking, that's what a monastery is, you know, it's a church, it's four corners, it's got wings, like a cross, usually. There's like a head to it, usually, and then like wings sometimes. Maybe I can make it move these back a bit. I'll just keep it simple. We put the graveyard behind it, like that. That's like the entrance to the graveyard. We put the columns and stuff here. Got basalt columns, basalt. And tower buttresses, bridge column. Why is it always snapping at the middle is the weirdest thing. So that's A. Tower buttress AB. I'm just gonna look at all these real quick. Buttress A. Okay, those just go on the sides of the towers like extra pieces. I don't really need those. This is kind of what I want, but I thought there was like another variation. That and the tower bridges. Bridge separator. What? It's tiny. Okay. And one-sided. No. Probably just pasted color into it or something. Yeah, there we go. Pardon me. So does sort of line up. probably what the buttress is for there. But then it would cover all the windows. I guess move it over, I guess. Or like yeah. This would be like an inner thing. Come out from here and cross that. Get to the walkway. I think that makes sense. There's my cat. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, hi, hello. Okay. I'll take anything for a paste there. There we go. Don't know what I'm doing with this thing. Why did that just turn bright orange when I selected it? Is my cat on something here? What did you do? What did you do? He was on the keyboard. Okay. I guess it's just highlighted. That's weird though. Okay. Just put some space there. And something else to block this off with. Columns. I want to take a look at how they've handled this type of situation on their thing. Maybe, yeah, maybe just something like that. Just to give it like an ending. Wrong button. Hold down Alt. There we go. Oh, hey, what? What the fuck? Okay. Random. Wait. What? It's not rotated, it's just grabbed it from over here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Where did I put this? Just off the side there. And about that far in. Perfect. And maybe I can put like a bridge over top here somehow. Nah. What the fuck was I thinking? It's like one or the other. With these diagonals. Should just turn off the snapping for a second. It's a lot better. Will 3 of them fit perfectly? Of course not. Yeah, that was a pretty good diagonal movement there. Alright, and then I put like the buttresses on the side of there. Diagonal, because why not? No, we want this to be like facing it, so oh no, alright. Squish it up there. Still gotta kinda figure out what's going on here. It almost makes sense. Can I connect anything up here, maybe? I don't know, just like the shell of a building whose roof is falling apart. Falling off. Like one column in the middle there. Perfect. Why not stick it out a little bit? That was cool. Not too bad. Let's take a break here and check that out in the game. Ah. Looks kind of like polygonal over there. Doesn't make too much sense. I have to add some more stuff just to like blend the edge. Oh, okay. Need the bottom columns there. Where's my skeletons? They should be around here. Ah, they're over there. Just move their spawning area into there. Pull them over here. Get over here. Just hitting the same attack over and over again. Just one. Dodge roll. Can't take that. Oh, do an attack. There we go. Big slow attacks. Takes lots of stamina. I have lots of armor on, so one thing to pay attention to here, we've got attack, which is coming from your weapon and your weapon skill. Defense, which is coming from your defense, like your shield or parrying, whatever's in your left hand, and your defense skill. And you've got equipment, which is like weapon type versus armor type. And armor defense is there. So that's why when they swing at me, it's negative 50 every time. Sometimes it's 20, though, because that's when one of these dudes with a polearm, because polearms are good at taking down plate armor. That's where I put in those specific things for now. It's kind of basic. It'd be better to have things like knockdown, and then like when you're knocked down, it's, you know, this and that, like more realistic way of getting someone with plate armor to be vulnerable. Alright, but so that one's dead. But anyway, that's why I'm like mostly invulnerable right now, since I'm wearing armor. Them, on the other hand, also you've got X. So X is going to be moving. If I'm moving, my attack will have a penalty, and their attack will have a bonus. If I'm standing still, my attack will have a bonus, and if they're standing still, vice versa. So, but the same token, being above upper ground, even if it's just barely, it's going to give you an advantage, the height advantage. So you want to balance movement with keeping the upper hand and knowing when you're attacking. And then the 5 there is coming from how many of these things I've killed, or the 2, 12, 15, 30, 35, and then 12. 28. So it's adding my rank in there somewhere. Let's see how the goose got destroyed. Let me do like kill one of these things. There you go. So skill raised to 6. So that's skill against fighting against skeletons. So if I like grind against skeletons here for a while and get really good to the point where my bonus goes way up. So now it's 18, 36. It was a 5-point bonus before, so that's why it was getting some interesting numbers. 6 below. Let's get above them. 16. Do some heavier attacks here. Wait for the stamina to regenerate. So another thing you do, if you're out of combat, you don't drain stamina, but you're an easier target. So obviously ranged people would be easier to take you out in this situation. But I can, back in combat mode now with stamina, I can go in there and do some heavy attacks. These guys, their hit points don't reset. Oh, but they might get, yeah, they get destroyed if I leave their spawn area and they're not in combat. So that's probably what happened to them. They got cleaned up by my cleanup system. So I need to move their spawn area over here so that doesn't happen when you're fighting in this area. Do that real quick. What the hell? Very confused by where in space this thing is. There we go. So I can put some details and some meshes and foliage and stuff. I was thinking having ramps and like different stairways or different levels would be really fun. I guess I'd have to copy that wooden ramp thing if if I wanted it to be from here. Anyway, it's getting tired, and I only really did the stream because I kept saying to my Discord folks, like, I'm gonna stream this level design today, I swear, and I just kept batting away at code to make the skeletons do what they do. But, I don't know, I think it's worth it, because before they were just kind of like, they'd get stuck, they'd just be standing there. They would just get frozen, like paused, so I wanted to work for a while to fix that. So, run away, get your stamina back, do some bigger swings. Away. So in PvP, this will be a degree of which, you want to be keeping track of when someone is in combat mode or not, whether you want to attack them. Because it raises their defenses, so. But it also costs stamina when they run, so you might do this, right? Go out of combat, start running. Easy target if you can hit them. The ranged what am I hitting here? What the fuck? Well, that needs to be changed. Let's see if I can run through the other stuff. So if those guys caught up to me, they'd have an easier attack if I'm not in combat mode. I can try, show you. Let's see, defense. Oh yeah. No, that was just the one dude. Minus 50, 12. If I go into combat mode. Attack 7. Attack 6. That's from the weapon type. Oh, what it is they have a lower mark to hit. That's why it's easier, because they only have to hit 75 or 50. They have to hit 50 or higher to hit me if I'm not in combat mode. So if you'll see, we get an 85, that's a hit right there. Darker color. But if I'm in combat mode, they're all waiting for their round timer to finish. Or something. What's going on? Come on, attack me. 66. See, it's not a hit because I'm in combat mode. Skeletons have like no hit points, really low stats. I need to maybe have combat do more damage in general. It's kind of like nothing happening per se. And obviously I put on all the armor so that they can't kill me. But that's not really good either to have that happening. Oh boy, I killed one. So anyway, this is all just for playtesting mechanics, not necessarily the flow of the game. You know, you want to be having more like one-on-one fights that are really perilous, and then a two-on-one becomes really important, not just this constant 5 people fighting you and it doesn't matter thing. That's more like BFA, if World of Warcraft people know what I'm talking about. I haven't even been playing it. Oh, you got one of these skeletons with a torch now, at least. It's kind of cool. I didn't even notice. Where are you guys going? Going back home? They don't have a return home, they just have a wander, I guess. I don't know. Oh, he found me. So obviously if the combat was more perilous, if I take the plates off, let's drop this thing, move the plate, and probably the hauberk. So now I'm getting hurt. Or was I already hurt? Yeah, there we go. 21 damage. The texts are overwriting on top of each other sometimes. Now the trick in these games is managing how many enemies can you take before it's like too much, and then it's like you can't really escape. Oh, hey, my level up. Finally. Yay! So let's see what that says about me. This is my camera mode. When you're in combat, it looks kind of weird. Yeah, level 3. That mechanic is working, basically. And I have 15 level points to spend, so I could adjust some of these stuff. It takes a minute, though. Let me show you how it works. You spend a level point. Let's say, lower this. Raise that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see the stats changing on the right. See how much damage you do, your critical strike chance. Let's do smaller critical strike chance and higher damage. So these are the ways in World of Warcraft where people would be debating, like, oh, how much does the Sinister Strike versus Ambush for rogues, like basically a heavy and slow attack versus a fast attack, you know, and different comparisons of what would be best. And in this case, you have it all in your own hands, so you can make your own character as fast or slow, or high crit chance, or high damage chance, or high defense, low defense, as you want. Hey, thanks. Tmrw. I just threw these models in here. The skeleton's not spawning anymore? I might have to restart, because yeah, it's not saving their thing. I could just quit. I have saving mechanics set up on shutdown, so you don't really have to save and quit. It's only when crashes where you might have problems. Let's see, there we go. I doubt I'm going to see any difference, but I may see a bit of a change in performance of the character. As far as doing more damage, I'm not going to see much in the ways of critical hits. But again, it's all just dice rolls. It still could happen. I'm going to need like all my energy for that big swing. Let me take that off. Take the big swings out. I need to add a clear Q button as well to delete like all attacks. And just add something new in there if you want. It's very dark here, perhaps. Oh, I don't have the torch on me. This torch has to be one of the things this guy has. Yeah, torch. There's one on the ground too. That looks kind of funny being able to see straight through it. I want to put like walls along the side here somehow, but I'd probably have to like construct them out of pieces, piecemeal like that. That'll be for tomorrow morning. Am I using Steam multiplayer? Yes, I am. Oh, look at these dudes! They spawned up there. Fantastic. Ignore the nameplates, but yeah. I think they're trying to get to me too. 'Cause they're moving quickly. That's awesome. I'm gonna do this other new feature again. So that NPC with the quest that gives you equipment and stuff, you can possess him, you can do stuff. You could use him to go interact with other NPCs. Haha, ultimate role-playing. It's a non-player character controlled by a player. It's a player-controlled non-player character. Do 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 do. Let me do something here. Come in here. I haven't programmed any door logic to the NPCs yet, so this guy will want to return home, but... Oh, wait. I wanted to do the NPC Sombre. The bartender. So where's it? Did he get through the door? Where is he? Oh, he must be like in here somewhere, right? Or like up there. Yeah, he's up here. He's trying to get home. He's like, I can't figure out how to get home. I'm stuck in the corner. Hail. Yes, yes, hello. Let's get a dye. Let's get a vermilion red. And oh, there's no blue because that's a rare color. But so the closest we can do to purple is going to be like mix it with green. And that's like greenish red. And dye the shirt. Ta-da! Pretty puke-ish color dye there. Then let's just get a red. Okay. No, can't dye that. You gotta do it like this. Use it. Equip it. There we go. And now I can go back to bartending. Actually, I think for a day-night schedule, let's make it return home. And set current location as home. Now let's open the door and just kind of wander out here. Alright, let's change character. Go back to my hooded individual here. Somehow not died to any skeletons while he's standing here. And she's heading back. And this dude's heading back to his home because I opened the door. So I have to put some door functionality. She's trying to get back there by going to the nearest location first. And that happened to be out here. So maybe she's going around the building. Where's she going? Okay, maybe it didn't work. Where are you going, lady? Turn home. Yeah, okay, she's still just navigating her way closer and closer. That's just the way I programmed it. That's my fault more than anything else, but hey. Whatever works. This guy's home location is set to be that bedroom there. He wanders in there pretty well. And then I have him set to be idle. So let's switch to him. So we got idle, roam, return home, idle, roam, return home. So as the server host, oh my god, that's creepy as fuck. What am I? Am I a player or am I a non-player? What are you? No, seriously, it's like, what are you doing there? I'm gonna sit in a chair. There we go. Okay, that's better. Creepy as fuck. Yes, that's better. What's the menu on the left for testing NPC? All of this is just various options that are like temporary location just for like emergency situations, like unstuck, Well, that broke. I'm wondering if, yeah, these might just not work when you're... That one work. I need to get rid of those other ones. Yeah, that one works. I need to get rid of those other two buttons there. Let's just do that real quick before I forget. Those are old versions. Is that the menu that you meant on the left there? This is our, just so you can save and quit, help, you know, my FAQ, frequently asked questions, will pop up so you can scroll through it and read it. Settings for graphics and stuff. You know, this is your escape menu basically. And you have who is online, so you can see like a list of all the players connected right now. Let me fix this up real quick. Actually the stuck respawn options. There we go. I'll just demonstrate them instead. Hopefully there's no like duplicate of the character left over. Let's see if the game save got messed up. Everything looks good. Where did I do that? Like right outside? Or was I like over here? She's still trying to figure out how to get back to that little spot. Inching along. Alright, made it past the obstacle course. There's no stair animation. She's still just... I guess that spot might be like... Yeah, it's innavigable. So she's just trying to get to the closest spot that she can. So she's just basically wandering around here. I need to fix that. Oh, but this... I've like saved this now with this... in that exact spot as like a LOD. That would actually be like... really hard to fix. I shouldn't have done that. That looks cool. Okay, so yeah, you got who is online. This will say your Steam ID here. And you can type in a Steam ID here to banish them, or you can, as the server host, you can go to the player where they are. So that teleports you to their location. You can bring them to you, like Minecraft, you know, those tele2 and bring to, or whatever it was. You can warn them, you can kick them, and you can ban them as the server host. You got your change character / new player window, so you can, you know, change to another character whose password you know, or just make a new character from there. You got your teleport. This is for the alpha only, so you can just basically, you know, so we can just hop around. Players can teleport themselves places. If I'm like, hey, meet up at the gnome spawn, you want to use that teleport to different biomes thing, and go to whichever place I'm talking about. And then the stuck respawn, so that if you are stuck under something, this works really well. Basically what it does is it just teleports you right above where you are, and it also has the, like, you know, adjust location option set if need be. Oh, look at this, it's broken here. No, it's not doing it. That did. I wonder if it's just because the sun rose. Let me stay here for a minute. Something about teleporting across the map. I remember Zach Parrish saying this and like looking me in the eye when he said it at freaking GDC like last year, and he's like, just remember, if you're teleporting your character across the map, something about ambient occlusion. And that's all I remember, so yeah. He was like doing a little mini talk thing. So looking pretty good. So something about, how can I make that? Can I force it with a button? So that's what that's there for. It's supposed to be a fix for the weird garish lighting you can get sometimes when you teleport across the map like this. How long have I been using Unreal? About 3 years now, since June of 2016. I've got a show hide FPS button, so you don't have to type it in console. It's just basically stat FPS. You got show hide ping. It's only going to show here in the menu, just so you can see it temporarily, just to see what your ping is. Obviously, since I'm hosting the game, it's 0. You've got show banned players, so you can unban someone if you have banned them. And the banning players thing is cool as hell too. I should probably do that so you can see. Let's see. I have to go back to the login. And that's from not knowing any programming. Just like being like, I want to make an MMO, you know. Like, oh boy, I can do it. Not really. We got 2 clients open, so it's going to be a little laggier in terms of FPS. But I just want to possess, let's say Derek, because he's right there. Oh, and the player AI schedules too. So let me do that real quick before I banish this dude. As this character, I'm gonna set this as my home, and I'm gonna say at midnight we're going to go be idle. At sunrise we're gonna roam. At time, it's supposed to say time there. I have to fix that. Hopefully I see that again, because I'm not about to write a note. At 12 o'clock we will idle at noon, right? And then say 3, return home. Just be idle for the rest of the night. Okay. It's all good. Okay. Let us play as Derek. And log in. You see he already started roaming. He just turned away there. Just started? Yeah, I mean, I found that, like, from day one I was doing really interesting stuff. I was more interesting than any of the MMOs to play out there right now. So that's the player character who is now NPC controlled, AI controlled, doing his AI schedule, which you can read is currently roam. So once it gets to around noon, he's gonna, what, idle, right? Nope. And then 3 o'clock, he's gonna go return home. This is another convenience of having the day-night cycle so fast, is I can test stupid stuff like that. And you can type in any decimals. I feel like it's way past 3. Yep, he's already in return home location. There we go. What is up with that? It's like the first time it cycles, it doesn't read the variable. Or it just fails or something. Anyway, there he goes. Let's possess him as this character. This. Alright. I'm in here. Hello. You want something? No thanks. Notice her nodding and doing her thing. Alright, let's do this now. This is the cool part. who is online. We got the Lizardkin Adventurer over here. You ready? You ready for this? Well, let's bring him to me. Go to him. Right. Let's warn him. Server warning, server warning. Server warning, server warning, server warning, server warning, server warning. Alright, and we'll watch it on this screen. Let's ban him. Oh no. His sword stayed around. Okay, I gotta fix that there. Wilhelm scream. Since this is only being done on the server, I guess it's okay to have it on the widget, but you really don't want to have things on the widget. Just ignore the way I do everything. It's just the banished player effects. I've cleaned this up a little bit. Destroy Grim Reaper. Sword. Oh, well, if you don't... What the fuck? How is it working? It was probably, like, just working accidentally before. Oh man, I just cleaned this all up too. Now it's all messy again. See, this is why I hate cleaning shit up, and then you gotta go do it again. It's like, oh my god, how much time am I gonna spend making little squares line up neatly when I don't even have OCD? Sorry, I thought that was kind of funny. I was like, I don't even have OCD. This sword is gonna be this guy. And it's a mess now. It's just a mess. It's just fucked. It's all fucked. How do you normally keep up with this? Arg. Whatever. It's good. So anyway, that'll banish the Steam ID. So since I'm playing from the computer here, it doesn't really have any effect, but then you can go in there and unban it. Might as well just do that again just to make sure it works. Delete that sword properly. Oh, so it doesn't banish the character. You can still log in as a character. They may have some equipment that they stole from someone that you need to access. So the character still exists with the password and everything. It's a Steam ID that it bans. So we can see the Who Is menu here. Let's see the banned menu. Still has that desktop name there, what class they were. I could unban them, or I could delete the character too. I also have that ability once I'm done. Since it's logged in right now, it'll actually probably delete it and then just rewrite it with what's on the pawn like immediately, so it's not going to have any effect. But I think I might have done like if the character's logged in, kick it out. But anyway, I want to do the ban again. So let's see. He's doing the dance. I made it a random emote. So it's not the same every time. Oh, I didn't do it. See, it's always good to test. It's really weird. I gotta follow the trail. That was the player state. The game state. Yeah, there we go. It's actually the world model that you want. Sword is actor object. Let's make it. Ooh, it's. I can really do it any number of ways. I don't want to put a cast to hand model thing here, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Plus, I have this fancy destroy self thing here. There we go. This character is dead over here. I was thinking about that. I think when they're banned, they don't even spawn the character in game unless you spawn it. Yeah. So they're banned. So they're technically not present. You can summon them by logging in as them if they're banned. Yeah. Bloop. Summoned from the nether. Right. So one more time. You can also access this menu by, and it is way past there because this thing is so long. It could get so long that you can't even hit the band player window. Let me make a note about that. Long Steam IDs and all of this description, level 1 Mountain Dwarf Master, etc. Alright, so this one he's laughing at him like ha 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 ha. I think that worked. Okay. That's enough for this late night streaming session. I gotta go to the dentist in the morning and finish this up to do a test with you guys. And the test is just gonna be for funsies. I already know everything's broken as hell. No, I'm just kidding. But everything that's in here should theoretically work just fine. Like, I don't think there's any major bugs that I know about. So, just little stupid things like skeleton noises being slashing sounds and blood effects and like, maybe superficial stuff like logging in, your clothes might all be the same color, and like you have to like refresh your character. So if that is the case, try doing the stuck, unstuck thing. If your clothes are, or just re-log in as yourself. If you log in and everything's like monotone. Yeah, that should be. There's the wagon too, the cart with the. I think you can be a passenger in it, and that works pretty well. I must say. Alright, but I'm going to be out for the night. Thanks for tuning in. NPCs wandering around out there. Wild NPCs. Alright. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. With Steam multiplayer, is it just package and send to someone, or do you have to do more setting up? There's a little more setting up than that. You have to change an ID number in there somewhere. So just look it up, but it's pretty straightforward. The instructions are like 3 steps, essentially. Alright. She's just wandering around. Alright, see you guys. You're welcome.